So as we know, in the latter stages of that the football game between the Browns and the Ravens, Shedeur Sanders got an unexpected debut to the field after Dillon Gabriel went out with a concussion or head injury, as they were calling it. Was less than spectacular. Didn't really do. I think he completed maybe 4 passes the entire game, and the stint that he had through an interception. Had a chance to tie that football game late before Awuzie made an amazing defensive play by ripping it out at the last minute from that receiver. This has obviously gotten a whole bunch of, different type of news. Like, it's been football related and it's been non-football related. I'm not going to be on the side of saying that Cleveland, there's some conspiracy in Cleveland, saying that they're trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders. I'm not going to be on that side. He did get a chance to get on the field, and he looked like a rookie quarterback, a rookie that did not have much time to really, get reps with the first teamers. There's been reported that Shedeur Sanders, since he got drafted to the Cleveland Browns, that he did not get many first-team snaps. A lot of those went to Joe Flacco. They went to Kenny Pickett. Then eventually they went to Dillon Gabriel. Obviously, you want to get your rookie quarterback who's starting a game, get some reps and everything. But the thing that I always found strange was the plan for Cleveland was to eventually go to the rookie quarterbacks. That was kind of a foregone conclusion, going into the season. We assumed that Joe Flacco would start the season against the tougher teams, and then give time to the rookies, whoever that would be. It ended up being Dillon Gabriel, a chance to start. So going into the Raven game, obviously Dillon Gabriel was a starter, but Shedeur Sanders was listed as QB2. Again, you want to get your rookie quarterback as many first team reps as you can to make sure to try to get him as prepared as you can. But I would ask the question: there is a chance that the quarterback could get hurt, especially with a quarterback like Dillon Gabriel being a little undersized. One nasty hit could possibly take him out. So why would you not have your backup quarterback, which in this case would be rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, have him at least have a few reps with the ones, especially with the offensive line, to understand cadence, to understand his snap count, his checks, anything that, the lingo and terms that may be different from Dillon Gabriel, from Shedeur Sanders. Their cadence could be very different, and their terms could be different as far as what their checks are. So my thing is, even if Shedeur doesn't play and Dillon Gabriel ends up playing that entire game, on the off chance that Dillon Gabriel gets hurt, which in this case he did, there wouldn't be too much of a, precipitous drop off in terms of understanding cadence and understanding the scheme and everything with Shedeur Sanders. Now, a lot of backup quarterbacks over the years do not get many first team reps. I understand that. I'm not a football coach. I've never been a GM. I don't understand how the process works. This is just me, just kind of talking, me thinking about it. If your backup quarterback is there, wouldn't you want to have them just in case, take a few first team reps? I've seen it with the Ravens. They let Tyler Huntley take some first team reps in practice on the off chance that Lamar Jackson gets injured. Therefore, the offensive line and the receivers will understand, the cadence of both Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley on the off chance that Lamar gets hurt. That's the only thing that I found kind of weird about the whole situation, because for anyone who expected Shedeur to just get thrown in there and start lighting it up as a rookie quarterback, 5th round pick, barely got any first team snaps through training camp and through preseason. It's not possible, really. It's not realistic to think that he would come in flying. Now, he has a chance. It looks like he's in line right now to start for the next game against the Raiders. Dillon Gabriel has to go through concussion protocol. Kevin Stefanski hasn't officially named Shedeur the starter for next game. But if he does, you would think that Shedeur Sanders is going to get a lot more reps right now in practice with Dillon Gabriel going through concussion protocol. So in this case, you would imagine that he'd be a little bit more prepared than he was in the situation he was going into the Raven game. But I'm not going to say that, conspiracy, whatever you want to call it. I didn't love that Shedeur stayed on the bench when Lamar Jackson was coming to the midfield to try to shake hands with him, because as we know, every game the quarterbacks eventually, they meet in the middle and they shake hands, win or lose. You don't love seeing that from Shedeur Sanders. You want to see him look, you're walking around, you're smiling, your head's up high when you win. You want to keep the same demeanor when you lose, because you're not going to win all the time. You're kind of supposed to meet the quarterback at midfield and shake hands. So you don't love that. That's got to be better. But again, it's a rookie quarterback being thrown into a no-win situation, in my opinion. And I think something is weird going on with Cleveland. I haven't really understood what they've been doing since the offseason. You bring in 5 quarterbacks including Sanders and Gabriel. You eventually trade Flacco within the division. That was weird. Eventually traded away Sean Kenny Pickett. Turn the keys over to Dylan Gabriel. Let Tyler Huntley go. And then you were left with those two quarterbacks, and you didn't give both of them any kind of reps on the off chance that one of them got hurt. So that part looks weird. This is just me as an outsider looking in. I'm not a football coach. Couldn't tell you what Kevin Stefanski's thinking is. There's more qualified people than myself to further explain that. But from what I'm seeing, it's just a weird situation in Cleveland.